Hey Joseph, this is the video for the Crime and Punishment thingy part 5. And yeah, so I'll just get right into it. Oh, and also my computer has a special effect thing going on here, so I'll be incorporating that into the video as I see fit. So it starts out with Peter Petrovich talking about things that he could have done better at the interview with Donia and his mom and her mom, and he was just talking to himself like, "Oh man, I made a huge mistake, blah blah blah." And he's living with this man named Andrew Semyonovich Lebeziatnikov. Yeah, I'm not gonna go ahead and try to pronounce that again. I'm just gonna be calling him Andre. So, oh damn it. Hold on, Amy's calling me. Hello? Um, I'm currently leaving Joseph Guana video, so can you just do me a favor and call me back? Thanks. Bye bye. Okay, so that was Amy. Not part of the video. Oh, there's my cup hat. Hold on, I have to resituate myself. Where's my cup hat? Where's it? Oh, it'll be back. So, where was I? Right, he was living with this guy named Andrei Semyonovich, and he doesn't like Andrei Semyonovich at all. He thinks that he's pretentious. He thinks that he's an idiot. What's up my cup hat? Why is it so small? Cup hat. No, 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 no. Okay. And right. So, and also it also talks about how he was gonna live in a flat with. Okay, this is getting annoying. How he was gonna live in a flat with Donia, and he was also making over the flat. But then the guy that owns the flat, he wouldn't give him back his money because he said that he already paid for everything, and so he's just going to have to pay the full security deposit, and give the guy the full security deposit. That's just a little side note. I don't think it really matters. It says that and then he goes back and he reflects on how much of a douchebag he was to Donya, his mom. He was like, if I had spent some 1,500 rubles on them for the trousseau and presents on knickknacks, my position would have been better and stronger. They could not have refused me so easily. So he was just talking like, oh, well, if I had been nicer to them, it would have been harder for them to just cut me off. And he didn't want them to cut him off like that because obviously it was a huge blow to his ego. And so as he was coming home from the day before, he passed by Katerina Ivanova's flat. That was Marmeladov's wife, and Marmeladov's wife was talking about the preparations for the funeral and for the memorial dinner. And yeah, he heard that Andrei Semyonovich, his roommate, was invited, and he was also invited. But the most interesting fact was that he heard that Raskolnikov was to be one of the guests. And then it goes on to say that Peter Petrovich hated Andrei Semyonovich because he thought that he was just he was just an idiot, and it says that he was like Peter was somewhat afraid of Andrei. And the reason why Peter is staying with Andrei is because Andrei is part of this group of progressives that, wow, this is gonna be a long video, dude. Yeah, Andre was part of progressives like the liberals, the elitists and stuff like that. And the group that Andre ran in, it's very exclusive. Not a lot of people can come in, and Peter Petrovich wanted to be a part of that. And he didn't want to be showed up. He wanted to be part of the youth because he believes that the youth are the ones that are going to push Russia across into the progressive era. And that's the only reason why he was staying with Andre, because it also says here that he thinks that Andre is stupid and is kind of an idiot. But the only reason why he's staying with him is because he feels that Andre is his ticket to the elitist class and all that stuff. And there we go. Yeah, and it also says here that Andrei Semyonovich was a commonplace simpleton, and Peter Petrovich didn't really care because he just wanted to know who he was hanging out with and if they will be of help to him for his business to flourish. And it says here that Oh, this is the narrator. This is what's his name? Dostoevsky talking about Andrei. He says that Andrei was a clerk, and he was kind of stupid. You know, he was very confident and very conceited in his speech, and he's very small. He's a very small stature. And it also says that he was one of the numerous and varied legion of dullards, meaning idiots, of half animate abortions treated, conceited and half educated coxcombs who attach themselves to the idea most in fashion only to vulgarize it and to caricature every cause they serve, however sincerely. Though Lebesniatnikov, whatever, Andrei was so good natured, he too was beginning to like Peter Petrovich. He figured out that Peter is just using him. And um, Peter, at the same time, figured out that, what's his name? Andre was not only stupid, but he was a liar as well, and he didn't really have that much connections. And that was just it. And they were just, it goes back and forth talking about how they don't like one another, how they can't trust one another, but then they're still living with each other, which I don't understand. And it then goes on to say that, oh, right, this describes the scene going on in the room. Obviously, they're sharing the same room, so Peter Petrovich and Andrei Semyonovich were in the same room, and Peter Petrovich was counting money. He was like taking care of his books, and he was counting money on the table. And this is what it says in the book. Nothing would have convinced Peter Petrovich that Andrei Semyonovich could really look upon the money unmoved, and the latter, Andrei Semyonovich, on his side, kept thinking bitterly that Peter Petrovich was capable of entertaining such an idea about him, and was perhaps glad of the opportunity of teasing his young friend by reminding him of his inferiority and the great difference between them. So, Peter Petrovich is basically shoving it in his face that, here, I have money, what do you have? You're poor, you have nothing. So, da 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 da, that's it. And, I should never expected. Okay, so then, as time went on, which was basically like a paragraph, um, Peter Petrovich was talking about how he's really angry at Raskolnikov, and how he'd like to get back at Raskolnikov, but he just doesn't know how because there's nothing that he can do. And then he thought to himself that wait, oh yeah, it goes on. Um, Andrei Semyonovich is a radical. He's proposing the fact that there should be such a thing called a free marriage. Wow, this is gonna be a long video. A free marriage, and a free marriage is when one woman does not have one wife, but she has many husbands, and the man has many wives as well. It's very very weird and strange. Basically, he's doing all this just to be like society. That's it. He doesn't emphatically believe in this. He's just doing it just to be a dissenter, to go against what's going on. And yep, that's it. And yeah, this is more crap. Aha. So then he heard that the after the funeral at the cemetery, the whole party, the whole meaning Sonia, Katerina Ivanovich, and the three little children, and the random people that went to the cemetery with them, they were coming back to prepare the dinner. Well, to start for the dinner. And Peter Petrovich got a very strange idea. He was like, "Oh yeah, definitely. Let's invite Sonia." So he invites Sonia into his house, and he made sure that Andrei Semyonovich was there to act as a witness. So then he basically sits down, and then he's implying that, you know, hey, you're the woman that's your stepmom, she's crazy, and all the responsibility of taking care of the kids is not going to fall back to you. But hey, you can fall on me for support too. I'll be able to help you. So blah 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 blah. He gave her 10 rubles. Keep this in mind. He gave her 10 rubles, which is like, okay, let's say he gave her $10. He gave her $10. And she was like, "Oh yeah, thanks a lot. Whatever. This is so great." She walks out, and Andre was like, "Wow, you're so kind. You're so nice. You did all this." And when he gave her the 10 rubles, he was like, "Don't tell anyone I gave you the 10 rubles." She was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever, cool, thanks." And she left. And Andre was like, "Oh wow, great. you did all this stuff for a poor girl. Wow, you really must be a nice guy. All this must be great. I mean, it's very honorable that you would do something like this, and so you would not ask for gratitude. And then Peter Petrovich was like, "Oh yeah, that's the least I can do." Me being the the good man that I am, I'm definitely all for, social justice and humanity, which we all know. He has a dirty trick up his sleeve, which we do find out that he does. And at the dinner, what happened was that wow, this is just chapter 2. Um Katerina Ivanova and the landlady that owns the house that Katerina Ivanova lived in, they just came together, and Amalia is her name. Amalia is the landlady's name. They came together and they set up the dinner party and all that stuff. And oh, Katerina Ivanova went all out. Like, she spent a lot of money on this dinner. Obviously she couldn't buy the best of the best things, but she bought the best that her poor money can afford, which makes no sense. And as he says in the book, that she shouldn't have done so much, because she's spending all this money now. She has no regards to what the children are going to eat tomorrow. So that's it. Yeah, Amalia, the landlady, helped set up the dinner, and Katerina Ivanova became displeased with Amalia because Amalia, was dressed to the nines. Amalia is a rich lady. Katerina Ivanova is not. Amalia dressed up, and Katerina Ivanova got jealous. So she was like, could she be stuck up, the stupid German, because she was the mistress of the house and had consented as a favor to help her poor lodgers? As a favor, fancy that. And then she kept dishing on. She was like, "Oh, my dad was a governor, but Amalia Ivanova, he wouldn't have even allowed her to be in his." Okay, I'm gonna cut it here and start another video. Hold on.